everybody, what's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to another episode of What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon. It's me, your homegirl, Adosha Wright, representing the BDP. That's right, that's right, that's right. Oh, we are going to have just a wonderful, wonderful discussion about braid care. So remember, I promised you guys that we were going to go on a journey of how to take care of braids. So let's just hop right into the topic. So I am in week 2 of my braids. I'm just going to step up close so you guys can see how my hair is looking. And my edge that she had slayed down, those are actually starting to lift up. You can see, you know, a little growth, not too much because it's only been about a week. So I'm entering into my second week. I do have some rubber bands to hold my braids down because, you know, I was trying to be cute, you know what I'm saying? And so when you're working, this isn't really functioning. So when I thought of this, it was cute in theory, but in practice, oh boy, that did not work. So I did secure this side, you know, the braids with the rubber bands to hold them in place as I did this here. I do have a undercut to those of you who are new to my channel. So I do have this undercut here going on to kind of make it a little funky. So the braids was just to give myself a break and just to do something different. And so though this is called, you know, natural hairstyles, now y'all know this stuff is about fake as they come. So this is obviously relatively fake hair, okay? So how do we care for this in the second week? Typically, I shampoo my hair every single week. So this is where braid care starts to become a little interesting because the second week, you know, things are looking, you know, all right. They cool, it's going down. But you get just a little peach fuzz. But now the thing of it is that you have to remember that your scalp has its own bio. That means that B-I-O. So that means it's got, you know, its own little microorganism, you know what I'm saying? All little cooties coming out of there. So it's also secreting oil. You also have fibrin that's coming off of the scalp. Also, you got to keep into mind that the skin, your skin, it naturally sloughs off. So like every 28 days, you know, all the skin on your body, it starts to slough off and then a new layer starts to form. So that's a lot of activity going on, you know, on your scalp. But I know what you're thinking. Please don't tell me you are about to take those braids down. I don't think so, okay? So no, I'm not gonna take these braids down. But they do need to be clean because it's starting to itch, okay? So itching is a sign that what? The bio is getting what? Very active. So it's really starting to get soiled. So here are some wonderful ideas of what you can do, okay? And then we're gonna talk about what you should not do. So I take care of my braids, I swear by the Satin Tame. And of course, I'm gonna put this in the link. So it's not a braid spray, it's an actual leave-in conditioner, revitalizing type of a product. And so that's exactly what it says on there. It's an intensive revitalizing spray. So my hair is not being vitalized with these braids in here, okay? So what I do is I spray this onto my hair very good at the scalp area. It's also going to provide some relief, you know, from the itching, okay? It's also going to keep the sludge from like sticking all down into the braids so that when I take them out, I will not have collected a lot of lint, okay? Also, it's going to loosen the fibrin up on the scalp, right? So when I begin to wash my hair, all of the fibrin will come out a lot easier. Thus, I won't have to do so much scrubbing. I also make sure I spray down the braid because my hair is probably about, you know, I don't have really long hair, so it's just shoulder length. So I'm gonna make sure that I take it all the way down to keep also the hair that's intertwined in the braid nice and coated. So what this is going to make for is like a super duper duper easy takedown, all right? So that's the benefit of this. And again, this is your Satin Tame, and this is their revitalizing spray. Now, you may be buying something called like braid sheen, braid spray. I tell everybody, please use what your stylist or your braider recommends. If they sent you home without some directions, then feel free to take some of my advice, or you can go back and ask for their permission if they think that what I'm recommending is okay. No problem, but most braiders will recommend something. Some people are doing this stuff at home and they're just like, I don't know what to do, okay? So this will also help. So I recommend this to all of my customers, and it is the Decca Plus Satin Tame, an intensive revitalizing and moisturizing like agent. So it's not exactly a leave-in, it's more like a revitalizer because it's doing a whole lot more, okay? Now, when maybe like next week, so I'll rock these for 3 weeks. And so what I'm going to do at night, starting tonight, I'm going to go back to my favorite product here. This is one of my favorites, I'm sorry. And this is Decca Plus, and this is called Scalp Therapy. So Scalp Therapy is what you would call a pre-cleanser or a no-poo product. And so what's going to happen, now I got my homegirl Skinny Skills here, okay? So what I'm going to do, now this is, we playing around with this, all right? Okay, so I will take this product, right? And what I'm going to do is apply it to my scalp, you see? And what's going to happen is the essential oils and all the cool ingredients in the product will begin to dissolve all of the fibrin, the hair care products, right? And the debris to keep the mouth of the follicle open. So guys, this is where braid care, weave care, it gets super duper, duper, duper important. Okay, because again, the scalp is self-cleansing. A lot of times what happens is the cost of the braids and the time that it takes to sit there, a lot of people will leave these in for at least, 4 weeks and beyond. Now, I'm not a big fan of that, but I understand that culturally, a lot of people like, I don't care what you say, just because you got that BDP t-shirt on, I don't mean you black like us, okay? All right, I understand that now, okay, I understand that. I'm just, I'm not really from the Boogie Down Bronx or, Boogie Down Productions. I get that part, but I am still a human. So what I'm going to say is that this is a product that I will put on my scalp at night. So I will put this product on my parts at night, and what it's going to do, again, is lift up the fibrin off the scalp. It's going to dissolve and break down all of this wax and foam and mousse that she put on there to help this hairstyle set. That stuff begins to flake after a while. Now, you can't see it on my hair because my hair is white. Don't y'all put nothing in the comment about my white hair. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm gonna shut down my YouTube channel. I'm just kidding. No, seriously. So you won't be able to see the fibrin on my scalp because my hair is white. But some people whose hair is darker, you would begin to see little snowflakes, a little grit, on the scalp. So the Decca Plus Decca Plus's Scalp Therapy is going to help alleviate so you don't see the flakes as much. And it's also going to dissolve them. This is great for men. It's great for your beards, your eyebrows. Sometimes people have really dry, scaly skin and they're trying to lift the dead skin cells out of the eyebrows. Sometimes it gets caught like on your ears. I know I do a lot of men's hair, and so the brothers, the beards just go through a whole lot, especially with the mask, and just men's beard go through a lot, believe it or not. So you can use this on your your scalp, your face, your eyebrows, your earlobes, and for men, you can definitely use it on your beards, and it makes for a wonderful facial. And what it's doing is it's exfoliating. So it's going to remove the fibrin off of the scalp, you know, not remove it, but lift it, okay? So when I go to take these braids down, it's just gonna wash out so easily. And of course, I'm going to do a video on my takedown. I mean, from beginning to end. I'm gonna have my niece, you know, come in and, you know, show you guys how to do it, what my hair is gonna look like, so on and so forth. And, you know, just, you know, cool stuff, okay? So we have that. So now we have Braid Care, Scalp Care, right? So we're using this to do what? Keep the braids looking nice and soothe the scalp, and also to help, you know, impart some good, you know, ingredients onto the scalp and hair to do what? Revitalize. So we got a little bit more going on than just a leave-in conditioner doesn't necessarily revitalize. A leave-in conditioner doesn't necessarily have collagen. You know, collagen is responsible for why the hair looks so youthful. Leave-in conditioners most certainly don't have silkening agent. Well, maybe they do to make the hair comb through easier. Some may have jojoba oil, mink oil, protein. So all of these ingredients are not found in leave-in conditioners because leave-in conditioners are not what? Revitalizers, exactly. So when your hair is in braids, or you have weave-in or extensions, you want to revitalize your natural hair, and then of course you also want to protect your scalp. So the next thing that comes up a lot when it comes to scalp protection is what type of oils, like what oils can I put on my scalp? Now before I do that, here is a solution of vinegar water that some people like to put apple cider vinegar and water onto their hair. So let me just say this about rice water, apple cider vinegar and water, baking soda and water, you know, so those three concoctions, these are not cleansers. So these are actually pH, you know, stabilizers for people who have like eczema, psoriasis. So only use this in the event you have that condition where you could just spray it onto the area on the scalp, and what it'll do is it'll bring down or bring up the pH depending on what's going on the scalp, so that you don't have so much irritation. And the recipe would be, this is 8 ounces. So you want 7 parts water, and then 1 ounce of your baking soda, 1 ounce of your apple cider vinegar. And if you're going to make rice water, go for it. I'm not a big fan of rice water, but y'all swear by it. I don't advocate it. However, you know what I say, opinions are like cell phones, right? Everybody drop a cell phone in the chat. Everybody has one. So if you like rice water, hey, if it works, use it. I tell all of my customers that it doesn't matter what I say at the end of the day, because I don't wake up with you. If you like rice water, then use it. My job as the cosmetologist is to monitor the progress of the hair as you come to the salon, whenever you come. So if you come in and I find that what you're doing is counterproductive, then that's my job to say, no, don't do that. But some people like it. To date, I have seen 0 success with it, but a lot of people like it, and everyone who's watching my channel is not my customer, right? Okay, so if you like it, then you use it, okay? But again, if you're going to make your own little concoction to help, you know, with your skin condition, and we're talking about psoriasis, eczema, you know, dermatitis, these things that inflames and irritate the skin, baking soda and apple cider, those concoctions mixed with water, they just kind of lower the pH and make it soothes and alleviates. It does not cure. These are not therapies, okay? These are alleviations. They're going to help alleviate what might be, you know, not making you feel so comfortable. So again, 7 parts water, 1 part, you know, baking soda or apple cider vinegar. You're going to shake it up. and only spray on the spot where it's irritated. So if the eczema is only right here, hit it. If you have eczema all over, yeah, you could literally spray this all over your body. Remember, don't rinse it off, because it's the water that's doing what? It's throwing off the pH. The water might be making, you know, the skin neutral. Healthy hair and healthy skin is not 0.7. It's not neutral. It's actually a little bit more acidic. So I know you're saying, what about alkaline water? That's a whole nother, you know, science, okay? So don't use the alkaline water theory when it comes to healthy hair and healthy skin, because you're going up, okay? So hair and skin is different from what's happening in your intestinal or your liquid system. So please, please, please do not spray alkaline water, you know, in your hair. Don't do that, all right? So again, healthy skin and healthy hair is going lower, it's going more acidic. So you have to make sure that you're using these products to help lower the pH to make it healthy. It's good for your acid mantle. Your acid mantle is that little thin barrier on top of the skin that does what? You know, it wards off those common bacteria, so that when we cut ourselves, you know, our skin gets dry, it'll come to the surface and fight, get away, get away, get away. So, but if you wash too much, or you make it too what? Alkaline, right? It'll throw your pH off, and your skin will start vying and rapidly making more skin cells, rapidly producing more oil, and now you're like, damn, didn't I just wash my hair? Yeah, but if you use this stuff and you put water back on it, you just undid the magic, okay? So I'm hoping you guys are following me. Now, last but not least, oils, okay? So you got so many oils you can put on your hair. And I'm just gonna say this and wrap this video up, okay? Please stay away from any oil that does not, you know, break down naturally, okay? So your petroleums, like straight up Vaseline, you know, watch me grow, baby, don't be, you know, nappy and all this other crazy stuff. Hey guys, watch out for petroleum by itself. If it has a petroleum in it, or petrolatum, or whatever they're gonna call it, it must have some type of an essential oil to help break down. Petroleums are great carriers, don't get me wrong. So if you're gonna use it as a carrier with an essential oil to break it down, it's okay. But if they're taking like Vaseline, coconut oil, bergamot, no, okay? So I'm not gonna name any names, because I don't work for the companies and I don't wanna do that, and that wouldn't be very BDP. You know, Kara's once said, if you wanna hear a fresh rhyme, you go to the source. So I'm not the source of those companies, and I don't wanna put them down, but so just turn the bottle around and look for that, all right? Number two, if it's all, I know what you're gonna say, what about coconut oil? What about shea butter? You know, what about cocoa butter? Now, they are natural, but they're too heavy for the scalp and for the hair. Too heavy. Please do not put those on your scalp or your hair, especially when you have braids. It's going to get dislodged into your braids, and your braids will become more dry, because when those three butters, shea butter, cocoa butter, and coconut oil, when those three products, when they begin to break down, they turn into dust. And so, because they're natural, and everybody, I don't believe you. Okay, take a little oil. I say this all the time. Put it on your dresser or your boutonniere, you know, someplace at home, and just let the oil sit. When you come back in a couple of days, it's going to be dust. So do your coconut oil, your olive oil, and your cocoa butter, your shea butter is going to be dust, and that's what's going to happen. But keep in mind, where is that also at? On the scalp. You got skin cells that's coming off of the scalp. That's a recipe for what? Disaster. You've got it. So that's what they don't tell you at the hair salon, okay? Oils are okay. My favorite right now, I'm loving the Morocco method, because like the Decca Plus Satin Tame, it too has what? Restorative properties. And I'll drop this in the chat. You only need a little. And I know y'all like, Ladosha, you said you don't really be, okay, I'm just gonna keep it 100. Hey, this shit worked like, okay, it really restores the hair. You don't need a lot. I think this is about what, 6 ounces. This should last the average customer about 3 months. It retails in our salon for about 16 bucks, okay? You can go to their website, either or. I absolutely love it. If you use the code Ladosha, guess what? You get 15% off, okay? So it is the bomb. It is raw, paleo, and wild crafted. And that means like they're getting a lot of their oils from like nuts and, you know, just like really good stuff from nature. The processing is not a whole lot of, you know, going through machines, okay? So this is the bomb right here. Then I also have my own oil, and it's called the Wright oil, okay? So the Wright oil, the base of it is grapeseed oil, and then I also have burdock oil and rosemary, okay? This is not restorative. This is a nourishment. So if like my hair is relatively healthy and I'm always using Satin Tame, so I would be okay with just using mine. However, if you have thinning, balding, your hair is breakage, very brittle, very weak, so some people's hair truly is compromised, then this would be a whole lot better, okay? Some people love pomades, so you know why I'm still pumping Nature's Blessings. So this is the bomb. The ingredients will knock your freaking socks off, okay? And then also I like Decca Plus. Has one called Satin Pomade. I forgot to bring that, I'm sorry. Now these are like, I'm not gonna put their names up here, okay? So these are some that we can find in our local beauty supply stores. And I'm just gonna say, guys, watch out. Watch out for these because sometimes they can be too heavy. So just like your coconut oil, your cocoa butters, and your shea butters, these are also very heavy oils, and they too turn to what? Dust. You've got it, okay? All right, guys, I hope you like that. Wait, hold up. Don't turn me off just yet. Slaying the edges, okay? Now, the edges, I don't do baby hair because I ain't got none, and I'm too old. I'm like 54 years old. I'm really not into slaying edges, but what I can say is that if you want to do that, if you're into that, you know, make sure you put enough on there to actually slay, okay? That's number one. They do have these little cool brushes that are not really hard. Don't use a toothbrush. No. The bristles are too far apart, and even if you use a soft one, it might not be strong enough to, you know, gently, you know, lay down the hairline. And some people's hairline has a little bit more textures than others. So please don't use a toothbrush. You're either going to use a pintail or what you guys call a rat tail comb, because that's what these are designed for. They're for coiffing. This is what this is called. You guys call it slay edges. In the world of a professional hairdressing, we call it coiffing, okay? So these are for that, okay? The bristles are nicely put together. They have a little comb, another little, you know, piece. Clean it now. Don't let it get all caked up with juju juice, okay? And so then you take it and you're going to slay, and you push back, and you can create all types of swirls and cool stuff. And so I know what y'all gonna say. On Amazon, yeah, Amazon again. This one is by Red, okay? There are so many, so I'm not gonna, you know, tell y'all which ones to get. I will put a link to something like this one in the chat, okay? But if you have one, then don't go out and buy another one. I'll save some money. So this will also suffice, okay? All right, guys, I done tore up the salon, and I think I've got you covered, and I hope you understand that at the end of the day, just to recap, you're going to do what? Revitalize your scalp, you know, your braids and your hair, you know, throughout the day. Sometimes I do this like 2-3 times a day, okay? You want to keep that scalp clean to also loosen up the fibrin. Wonderful, so when your braids will just slide out, okay? So you're going to use your Scalp Therapy to keep the mouth of the follicle open and loosen up the debris, and also do what? Break down a lot of the hair goo that's in the hair. Then we also have your oils, okay, that we recommend. And then we also say, you know, your balms, your hair greases or pomades are okay as long as they're not what? Heavy. Watch out for your store-bought products that are what? Too heavy. Also, if you're gonna make your little mixture, remember 7 parts water, 1 part baking soda or vinegar. It doesn't matter if it's organic or with the mother in it, it's up to you, okay? If you want to use rice water, go for what you know. It doesn't matter to me. If you love it, please use it, okay? And I think, and if you're gonna slay your edges, please use what's, you know, what the combs are made for. Do not use a toothbrush, and make sure you start out with enough product to slay your edges, but I don't have any edges because I'm a little bit too old for that. All right, okay, I think that's it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to do what? Subscribe to the channel. The sun is going down. I'm sure you saw my video, the lighting just go down. So the sun is going down here. I do appreciate every single one of you who you know, stop by my channel, check me out. I really do appreciate you. My book, What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon, this is the limited edition, okay? What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon is available at my Amazon store at Wright, of course, or lwrightbooks.com. If you live in the greater Cleveland area, you're more than welcome to stop by. We do have curbside assistance. We can just drop it off, bring it to your car and everything, or you can come in, mask up, we got you faded. My podcast, again, is ranked as one of the top 25 hairstylist podcasts to listen to in 2021. So check out my podcast, What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon. This episode, I'm asking you to help save the cosmetology industry here in Ohio, at least when it comes to our education. So check it out. I have interviewed the one and only Sue Carter Moore of the Salon Schools Group here in Ohio. And then last but not least, you know what I say when I'm always signing out, right? I'm talking about a whole lot of peace, a whole lot of love, and a whole lot of hair, even if it is weave, okay? And if you ain't got no hair, don't want no hair, can't stay here, can't even grow hair, and as a matter of fact, you plan on cutting it off, but you still like watching hair porn, don't worry about it. I said 1, 2, 3. The crew is called BDP. And if you want to go to the tip top, y'all remember that? All right, okay. Don't forget, yeah, rub your beautiful, beautiful bald head. Thanks, guys. All right, go listen to some KRS-One. That's my homeboy. All right.